From the Daily Wire, most House Dems vote against bill to require voters prove citizenship. Again, the vast majority of House Democrats once again voted against legislation that aims to require individuals to show proof of U.S. citizenship to register to vote in elections for federal office. On Thursday, 214 Republicans and 4 Democrats voted for the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act, enough for the bill to pass in the House a second time in 2 years. Another 208 Democrats and no Republicans voted against it. Quote, every single Democrat that voted against the SAVE Act voted to undermine election integrity and their constituents. House Majority Whip Tom Emmer told the Daily Wire, quote, it is shameful. They care more about empowering illegal aliens than American citizens. And yes, they do. Why do you think Alejandro Mayorkas kept that border wide open? The bill introduced by Chip Roy seeks to, quote, amend the National Voter Registration Act of 1993 to require proof of United States citizenship to register an individual to vote in elections for federal office. While some municipalities in states like California, Maryland, and Vermont, along with Washington, D.C., permit non-citizens to vote in certain local elections using separate voting rolls, evidence suggests there have been instances of non-citizens appearing on voter rolls for state and federal elections in places where this is prohibited by law. You don't say. You mean that the criminals, these illegals, don't care about the law? You got to be kidding me. Of course this is happening. By the way, I don't know that you guys saw, because I think I did a video on illegals getting Social Security numbers. All they had to do is send it in through the mail. I think it was on Stuart Varney's show on Fox News, where all they had to do, send a request for a social security number, and then with no interview, no proof of identity, they just send the number back to the tune of like close to 3 million people. What are you going to do with those people? I understand it, but what are you going to do with those? House Speaker Mike Johnson released a report last year that warned of National Voter Registration Act loophole in which states do not ask for proof of citizenship when registering an individual to vote in federal elections. It also cited evidence of non-citizens getting on voter rolls and, in some instances, illegally casting ballots for U.S. elections. Of course they do. This is not, so hang on a second. This is why Democrats did not want it. Okay. Now we have the Senate. And since we have the Senate, now we can actually get this done. That's the reason they went like they were going to go the full 9. There's no way they wanted this to pass. And here's the thing. That's the reason they continually throw black people under the bus. You can't require proof of citizenship. Black people don't even know where the DMV is. They don't, but black people don't have driver's licenses. I, as a person who actually knows a fair amount of black people, I don't know one black adult that does not have a driver's license. Let me say that again. I don't know one black adult that does not have a driver's license. Why do you think Democrats keep throwing us under the bus? Well, they're too ignorant. They don't know nothing about voting. They can't even spell voter. This is why. Critics of Roy's bill argue it is unnecessary and will create an undue burden on legitimate voters, in particular, women. How does that work? The SAVE Act is yet another bogus attempt by Republicans to suppress the vote. And this time they are targeting women. Jasmine Crockett said in a post on X, adding the legislation would make it damn near impossible for millions of women who change their last name after marriage. You gotta be kidding me. And by the way, one of the first things a married couple does, they do the whole, change the name. This is the first thing they do when they get married. They change everything, by the way. Credit cards, bills, everything to reflect the new last name. So Jasmine is saying, what are women going to do? We're too dumb or lazy to get our name changed. Tell me, if you're a woman, and I know I only have a few women, but was it impossible for you to have the name change? Was it difficult? By the way, that's just a smoke screen. All right. They do not want, illegals to be barred from voting. That's the reason they don't want this. And so the fact that they have social security numbers, by the way, they're all, I'm saying that the number itself is like legit. That illegals are walking around with one. You know what that allows? They can go look for work. And so the employer has no idea you're actually an illegal. Otherwise, how in the world did you get a social security card or a social security number? And I'm only assuming you get the social security card, with your number. So I'll be honest. I don't even know that this is going to be enough of a safeguard. What Joe Biden did for the last 4 years, I'm telling you, it's not going to take one administration to right this ship. It's going to take another 8 years on top of Donald Trump's 4 years. All right, that's it for now. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe. And if you're following me on Rumble, please press that follow button. And until the next time, God bless.